Have you ever considered investing in a startup company? Or are you currently looking at investing in a startup company? What does that even look like? Chances are, if you're looking into it, you know exactly what it is. But do you know how to protect those gains from taxes moving forward? How much do you know about the new big, beautiful bill? Give me a second. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but I want to make sure I point out to anybody looking at investing in startups the benefits of the big, beautiful bill. It's a huge bill. There's so much in it. We hear a lot about it, mostly just politically. We hear about things like Social Security and how does it work? What are the benefits? There's a benefit in there for investors who invest in startup companies, and it's very, very good. And you need to know that if you're looking at it, one of the potential benefits or benefits in the bill is you can get or earn up to 15 times your original investment and not be taxed on that. So think about that for just a second. Maybe you have an opportunity to invest in a startup. Startup just meaning it's a company, it's not publicly traded, probably fairly risky. The idea here is to incentivize investors to invest in startup companies. Why would you invest in a startup company? It's the basis of our economy. Small business drives our economy. So the reason that it's in there is to encourage people to invest in small businesses that aren't publicly traded. But the idea here is if you invest in these small businesses, your investment, you could potentially benefit from a 15x tax-free gain without having to pay tax on it. What does that mean? If you put $100,000 in it, $100,000 times 15 is $1.5 million. There isn't another investment out there that I know of that's this easy, if it does well, to get 15x your investment, not pay tax. The numbers will make sense. I used $100,000 just because maybe that was your investment. What if you knew somebody? What if it was your neighbor and they had an idea? And they came to you and said, I have an idea, I want to launch it. I don't know if it's going to work. That's a startup. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. What if you had $1 million because you really believed in that? You could potentially invest $1 million in that business, turn it into $15 million, and not have to pay tax on that gain. So the numbers are relevant to your potential situation, but I want to make sure you understand that this is buried in the bill and not too many people know about it. Why now? Why would you want to look into this? I don't know now because we literally, the big beautiful bill didn't exist a year ago, even 6 months ago. So now we have it. So that's kind of the why now. But I think it's an incentive for investors to say, all right, listen, I know this person that has a startup or have an opportunity in a startup. I mean, every corporation out there, think Amazon, think NVIDIA, think whatever. I mean, these are all massive companies. At some point, they were a startup. And I'm not saying that's what you're going to wind up with, but look closer at startups. Don't just poo-poo it, and understand that the potential benefit is the tax benefit. Now, I know it could grow to be a big thing, but how many places can you put your money and enjoy 15x gains and not have to pay tax on it? There aren't many investments. So if somebody's not talking to you about all the investment options that are available to you and identifying potential opportunities, again, not everybody's going to have it, but make sure you understand what's in the big, beautiful bill and how it could potentially benefit you. So I'm not encouraging you to take all of your money, much less your life savings, your retirement accounts, and go find a startup and go put the money in. I do love the tax benefit. But the foundation for any of this, as a fiduciary, I work with people around the country, and I would love to have more of our clients come to us and go, hey, listen, I've got this opportunity. There's a startup, and I might want to put a portion of my assets in there to make it a well-diversified portfolio. They would probably ask me, Mike, how much should I put in that portfolio? And we go back and look at it and say, all right, how much risk do you want to take? Because it's high risk, potentially high reward, but also potentially you could lose the money. I just wanted to point out that there's a very, very good tax benefit buried in the big, beautiful bill. And I want all of our viewers to understand it's in there. And if you want more information about that benefit or any of the other benefits, just reach out. Thank you for watching. Go to guardingyournestegg.com for your free and objective personal financial plan.